That would have been really embarrassing, right?
So yes, as Trevor just pointed out a moment ago, it's going to be Gotem. From what we've been told, well, from what I've been told, they're actually a pretty popular team, and they are actually from Ottawa, coming quite a distance. I think from all the way from Ottawa to come down here downtown Toronto at Net Effect Cafe. So
why wouldn't they want to come to Toronto?
Well, Toronto's awesome.
Greatest city on earth.
It is the greatest city on earth.
Oh, I was being sarcastic.
It's good.
Number one mayor on earth.
Let's not go.
No, I know. I cannot say it. Look, I love this Yoda thing. Miguel's Yoda picture. He's a badass, and Miguel also a badass. So I'm excited.
Yeah, badass indeed. Just looking at so it is going to be PSM going against Gotem and Gotem City.
Gotem City.
You know Gotham City?
Yeah.
They didn't have time for the age, but they just put Gotem.
To hell with the age.
Forget the age.
Nobody got time for ages.
So, I'm kind of saddened by the first ban by Gotem City. I love Shadow Demon, but we're not going to see any disruptions or soul catchers or anything like that. So, first ban and second ban for Gotem City is the Shadow Demon and Bat Rider. Bat Rider is another hero we haven't seen too much action of this afternoon so far. But the first bans right now we're looking at for PSM is Wisp. It's kind of interesting, I guess, like in metagame, like he's been a very, very popular hero to be picked, and it's got to be the mobility. I mean, you've seen this, Trevor, right now. PSM actually banning the same heroes,
exactly the same as
that they did last time against Team Sand. And I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're going for the same bans as before. Wisp and Lifestealer being banned, taken away. First pick right now is Magnus for Gotem City. And Magnus is such an obvious choice. Everybody wants him. Everybody wants Lone Druid as well, and Rubik. Same old, my friends. We love to see these repeating, or they love to see those repeating figures. Well, I think they're going by, again, if it's not broke, don't fix it. In last game, they had a fantastic Lone Druid, really, really strong farming. I think he was number 1 in net worth. Just generally, he was a boss. He was playing very well. You saw in the Spirit Bearer did have the Armlet of Mortigan, had the Assault Cuirass, had all the goodies that a Lone Druid needs, and plus the Gem of True Sight that took away the Shadow Blading abilities that Team Sand had to offer. And of course, Rubik, I think, maybe we didn't emphasize this enough, but Rubik actually had a lot of really nice spell steals, and we could see this happening once again.
Very quick, right?
Super fast reaction time, so we're going to probably expect to see the same thing once again by PSM with the player that's going to be playing Rubik to pick off the reverse polarities, the call downs by Gyrocopter, and now this is exciting stuff. And right now we're seeing Visage. Visage, one of the heroes, just an absolute, I don't even know where to begin. Yeah, it's a treat. It's a treat to see. I really love Visage mainly because of the familiars, the stuns, the extra damage that they provide, but mostly the stuns. It definitely sets up a bad time if you're going to be going against Visage.
Absolutely, and some really elegantly controlled micro on those familiars, and they're shooting around and just even chain stuns because you get the timing down so well. Takes a lot of skill, but a well executed Visage is just a pleasure to watch. And the fact that he's got the souls that build around him, and then he's able to just unleash an incredibly powerful nuke.
Soul Assumption.
It surprises you. It catches up to you.
It definitely catches up to you. But what I'm actually surprised, really, PSM is going for a mirror pick in terms of the team comp that they're going for. Going once again for Juggernaut. Last game, I was a little disappointed in terms of Juggernaut. It didn't seem to be as effective as Juggernaut can be. But really his strength, one of our viewers actually had noted the healing ward that he had cast. Team Sand did not stay on top of that ward at all, and that really spelled out some bad finishes for Team Sand because of the fact that when that healing ward is off, you're looking at max HP per second. 5%? That is really tough. No matter how much damage you can do as a team, having that healing ward up is bad news. So, Gotem City, unlike Team Sand, if they want to have success, they're going to have to stay on top of little things like that by taking down Juggernaut's healing ward.
Absolutely. And I think it was hard for them to keep on that because there was just so much happening in those team fights. Yeah. A lot of the team fights, it wasn't like a smash and dissolve. I mean, some of them were. But the one that jumps out in my mind, it was the Tier 2 tower. And Look at that thing on the
Just
TA.
seeing that TA being banned right there. That's I guess Gotem City did their homework.
Yeah.
They saw what PSM was doing last
But
game.
anyway,
10
they
seconds
were, I wouldn't say
remaining.
messy because they were well executed and very entertaining to watch team
5
fights. But there was
seconds
there was so
remaining.
much busyness, and it wasn't like an orderly team fight like we tend to see in Dota, when you've got a mashup of two teams that try to get the enemy as close together as possible, because then you got the AoE and it's really effective. But we didn't see that in a couple of the matches, and the one that jumps out at me is when we saw just a really elegant spell steal by Rubik, and the boat came flying in by the Kunkka, and it was stolen, and another boat had been launched before the first boat even hit. That's how fast those boats were and they intersected, and it was great.
PSM, definitely they have players on their roster that has incredible reaction time. I'm expecting to see the same player playing Rubik once again. I think it was OP. No, OP was playing
Juggy.
Juggy.
Yeah.
Elismir, I think, had what was it?
Jug-
TA, I think. Yeah. Well, anyways,
Juggy was doing a fine job, I think, earlier in the game. Like, oh, you don't think so? Do you?
I think it was mediocre farming at best.
Whoa!
Just because, well, the thing is, it's a little tricky because, not to take anything away from the player by Juggernaut at all, but that tri-lane Team Sand, I think, did have an advantage because of Coddle's Illuminate. You couldn't get into the creeps, so that
10
really
seconds
put him into
remaining.
mediocre farming because of the fact like you couldn't get, you couldn't get a
5
sniff.
seconds
Couldn't get a
remaining.
taste of the creeps.
No sniffs, no taste, no nothing. So that creates a really challenging environment to try and play some good Dota. Now these bans are taking kind of there's a lot of consideration that's going into Gotem City, trying to figure out. I mean, they've already taken out the Queen of Pain and her speed and blinky goodness and screams, and they took out Bane and the fingers that just touch you in all the wrong places, and that's out of there. As well as the Nyx, who won't be joining us in a mid lane. I'm wondering if, like, we haven't seen any really definitive laning, like, or tri-laning potential. We always see tri-lanes in these matchups, but right now I don't see a clear tri-lane forming. Maybe we'll have a Magnus mid, and a Visage Gyro might go bottom with another reinforcer, but
Yeah, I definitely could see that happening. But right now, the question for PSM is who's going to be their mid player, because right now Gotem City, they're just banning that Storm Spirit right now, is definitely taking away any mid prowess that PSM wanted to go for. But really, they surprised us last match by going for the TA, so I'm expecting PSM having a couple more heroes in
trick
thought.
up their sleeve.
Yeah, a couple of more tricks up their sleeves. But one trickery hero that we're not going to be seeing, PSM banning that Darkseer, so they're taking away, I think, that ability, you know, like, well, of course, a lot of his team fighting abilities, the Wall of Replica, you know, the Ion Shell, and of course the Vacuum, really. But this is an exciting pick, Gotem City,
10
Weaver.
seconds remaining.
I'm personally a huge fan of Weaver. I've been seeing him making a big comeback these days in terms of carry, and he just has so much potential. Like, a lot of people say, oh my god, he takes forever to farm, but really with Saguchi, the Germanite, and of course time lapse. The time lapse, I think, is really the telling tale of Weaver, because of the fact, like, if you do not have a silence on Weaver, you're gonna have a bad time, because he just has so much damage and escapability. But really, what do you think of this PSM going for Jakiro? They did pick him, I think, the last. Was it?
10 seconds
They
remaining.
picked him, I think, last.
Yeah.
They had Jakiro.
Yeah. So I think Jakiro always a
seconds
strong
remaining.
choice, just because of the sheer amount of stun that he can do with that ice pass. And at this level, like, when I've seen Jakiro played, it's like, I don't know, Jakiro, because at my level, Jakiro's low. But here at this really intense level of Jakiro, where you know that you're gonna have an ice path, and it is gonna be followed up by a magnifier. So there's gonna be a lot of roasty toasty and a lot of freezy that will seriously cripple a team. I love watching a well placed ice path. It's just
It's definitely it's changing for any team fights. Oh my god. Talking about changing for team fights, Sven. Gotem City going for their final pick. A super heavy duty carry. Sven, the Svenami. We've seen incredible action. It is going to happen. I can see this happening, but really, I'm really excited to see this last pick by PSM. They still don't have a strong mid lane hero. Really, at this point of the game right now, they could put Rubik mid possibly, or even maybe Lone Druid for that matter. But really,
10 seconds
this last
remaining.
pick is going to be exciting to see because, you know, as we mentioned a
5
moment
seconds
ago,
remaining.
Gotem City taking away a lot of the strong mid lane heroes, that being Quap, TA, and Storm Spirit. So really, they are using the last little itty bitty seconds of this captain's mode time to pick their heroes. So there's a lot of thought, a lot of deliberation being had right now for PSM.
I'm thinking it'll be someone who has a lot of damage dealing potential and is able to make a tri lane. Okay, so we do have some damage. We've got an excellent stun there by the Beastmaster. So I was gonna say that maybe you'd have this third or this fifth person rather with Jakiro, and maybe the Juggy, because Rubric I expect will go mid. Lone Druid will take the hard lane on his own. So Juggy, Jakiro, and then a Beastmaster might try lane. However, Beastmaster becomes really effective and valuable once he's got level 6. So perhaps they will try to, the roar, right? So his ult extremely valuable when he's at that level, and until then, you kind of just let him do his business so that he can get as beefy. It'll be good to have the vision that Beastmaster can offer with his hawk that's invisible and flies around. Does a great job. So that see what happens.
We will see what happens. With that said, we're gonna quickly call out the heroes for the Radiant side right now. We do have Chicken MC is gonna be playing Sven. Orbit is going to be playing Magnus. Cora Y is going to be playing Weaver at the Chef Dota, Visage. Early right now, we'll continue with the name calling in a couple of seconds, but we do see an early Roche happening right now. Loperd's going to be playing, they TP'd in, they are not joking around here, folks. Loperd is going to be playing Gyrocopter for PSM quickly. LAEL is going to be playing Lone Druid, but hold on a second, there's going to be a little bit of action happening right now. That Spirit Bear taking a lot of damage by that Roshan, taking it. There's the Ice Path casted by Jakiro, but look at this, there's Rubik, and all sorts of trouble. First Blood already going down. Is it going to be 2 kills? Beastmaster really out of position. He's being tracked down. There's the soul assumption. Gasted there by Visage. Beastmaster barely getting out of there.
Juggy did not make it. He got whittled down there by the Gyrocopter, no problem. Oh no, what a failed Roche. What a tragedy.
That was an aggressive play by PSM, but it did not pay off. Completely backfired on him. And really, PSM...
How did they know?
I don't know. Maybe they could hear us. Let's hope not.
Oh, going for the early Roche, and we're giving it away. All right, so we're going to see a couple of shots there against the Spirit Bear, and people are just going to start to filter out into their lanes. Now, Devo, how many of the names did you call out? We want to do justice.
Pretty much we got down to the bottom. I was rushing it, but maybe you can finish off. No, maybe we can just briefly mention.
Did you do all the Radiant?
I did all of the Radiants, but we still need to do the PSM.
Okay. So we've got Lael, who's going to take over the Lone Druid. Ellesmere is going to look after our Beastmaster. Beastmaster right now is going to be mid. He ran away to do a little bit of healing. Good for him. Miguel Yoda, I'll just go with Yoda, is going to take over the Rubik. OP will again look after our Juggy, and Uzumaki Naruto will be our Jakiro. And Jakiro right now is top, and we've got a little bit of sassiness going on as the Weaver doesn't want to get caught. I mean, he can invis. No, he can't. Saguchi.
He's got the Saguchi.
Sorry, yeah. Weaver shifts out of visibility. Yeah, he does. Sorry, so Weaver has that potential to disappear at a moment's notice. And are we seeing any wards on any of those heroes that are going against him?
Yeah, well, so far we do see an Observer ward right now, but no sentries at all. Very interestingly enough. And Rubik, well, you know, I think because of that early first blood, he did lose a little bit of gold, you know, from being taken down there. So PSM, no sentry wards up top just yet. Going down to that bottom lane right now, we see Jakiro farming away. I always get this wrong between these two heroes. Gyrocopter farming away in that neutral camp area. Mid lane right now, we do see that Magnus going against that Beastmaster. Magnus with that bottle. Very, very important if you want to take care of those runes. Bottom lane right now, we have a Lone Druid alone going against this Sven right now, who is sitting at 5 last hits. A ping right there. Most likely, I think, possibly calling for help right now. Gyrocopter, got it right. Visage, farming away at that camp area. doing what they can to get the farm and allowing Sven to get his own farm. Right now, there is a notification there by Rubik. There is a haste road right there. Possibly, if Magnus can make his way over there, could possibly pick it up. And we do see this Beastmaster with that harassed by that Shockwave, just doing so much damage against Ellesmere right now. But Beastmaster is doing what he can. He does have 7 last hits. Courier is coming in right now for him. And he has a bottle of his own a little bit later than Magnus, but still a bottle nonetheless. Right now, top lane, Weaver is still going against this Juggernaut. Does have 7 last hits, and yeah, Juggernaut 10 last hits.
And last hits, yeah. So he's doing a fine job. I don't think last hits are pointing in any one direction. What I think needs to happen, otherwise there will be fails in the near future, is this top tri-lane. The Dyer's tri-lane needs to convert into something. PSM needs to make it happen. There need to be wards. Wards need to be on the way. Jakiro's got the wards on him. He's ready to do it. And that's what needs to happen. So they're going to pull these creeps. But look at, we got some counter pulling by the Weaver. Good plays, Weaver. He knows what's up. He does not want to be pushed too far into that tower. That's wise. That's wisdom.
Really, really good. Very rare to see players actually doing that. Cora playing a really smart game right there to pull that neutral camp area to negate the pushing of the Radiant creeps against the Dyers. Both teams playing the game of pulls right now, and really Weaver being alone right now, he's not going to be outdone, not going to be outmatched, and we mentioned before, he's a very powerful hero on his own, but he does need that farm. Most likely, we do see, look at this once again, Weaver pulling the creeps. Viewers, take note, man. This is pretty good stuff. We don't usually see this. Normally,
stack, though.
Yeah, missing a stack for sure. Rubik right there trying to do what he can, but really nice play right now by Weaver. Good plays. Right now, we do see Visage Gyrocopter. There is a rune right there that has been placed by the Dyer's side, so right now, that has given notification to Lone Druid, and he's backed off for the moment, probably to the ire of Visage and Gyrocopter, just waiting for an opportunity to take him down.
Rubik is taking a considerable damage there. Double click on Rubik. Why? What's happening to Rubik? He was getting taken out by the, maybe a Germinate. I don't know, he's losing a lot of health.
Possibly a Germinate, possibly
What I
creeps.
see right now, Devo, is that this Weaver is, whether he's getting a lot of farm or not, is just chilling and is able to hold off this tri-lane, which is earning him some... Oh, we missed it. Oh my goodness, we missed Lone Druid died.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Well, it looks like Patience was won the day for Gyrocopter and Visage. And who was it that picked up the kill? Yes, it was Visage. Really nice play right there. And it's a questionable play actually too for Lone Druid. Right now in the bottom lane, top lane, Rubik still taking a little bit of damage by that Weaver. Weaver also hitting Jakiro. And really the confidence that this Weaver player is showing right now is second to none, really. He's saying, this is, I'm boss, and this is the way I'm holding my lane against you three. It's really impressive. He is shutting them down, and right now the Dyer, still questionable play right now by Jakiro. He still has the sentry wards in his inventory. I don't see the use of having them if they're just going to stay in your inventory. Look at this Weaver. He is trying to gnaw his way through the forest, and does Jakiro lay down the sentry ward? Yes, he does. Ice Path casted, and Weaver has been outdone. It's Juggernaut picking up a very important kill. Visage, meanwhile, bottom lane, does pick off that Lone Druid as well. That tower's going to be able to take down the Sven. Really big trouble right there. 4-2 is the lead for Gotem, but really that Weaver, as good as he's playing, I was just saying a moment ago, yes, you have to be careful, and I guess Jakiro really being patient with those sentry wards, and it really paid off because it got a kill, and a very important kill on that Weaver.
Yeah, because Weaver was just holding his own. They need to turn that lane into something substantial, and I think that that's what they're going to try to do now, is they've got a bit of momentum, and they've got the vision to keep an eye on that little bat Weaver. So we see that there's an illusion that's being on the Magnus right now, kept in his bottle. He's going to hold on to that for an opportune moment. Always a good decision. Lone Druid is, because of that death, he's kind of average right now in terms of last hits. Oh, he died twice. Poor bugger.
Poor bugger indeed,
Yeah.
but it's the real aggressive play right now in this bottom tri lane for Gotem. They really are playing it really well, and it's I like the kind of strategy that they are using. They're not letting Lone Druid chill by his tower. Like they have flanked him a couple of times already, and as you noted just a moment ago, that they do have 2 kills on him so far, and really this Sven, he is turning into the Sven Nami that we have seen in the past. Such a strong hero, already has his power treads. 39 last hits, and it looks like he's going to be finishing that magic wand for the time being. Meanwhile, in the inventory slot for Visage does have those central rewards and gyrocopter. Not much to be told except for the magic stick that is also in his inventory, but definitely we'll be expecting to see a lot more from him. But poor Lone Druid, even though he has the Spirit Bear, he has been really pushed to the brink. Can't do much besides just chilling by his tower, and I'm surprised to see too. We haven't seen too much of the tricks of the pulling the creeps or anything like that just yet by this Lone Druid, and it looks like this bottom tier 1 tower is going to be going down. Who's going to pick it up? Well, fortification though, nobody's going to be picking it up. Possibly it could be a deny. It's difficult to see actually. And yeah, Sven will be picking up that tower for an extra 400 gold, just reaching the 8-minute mark of the match. It is 4-2, and right now it is Visage. It looks like TPing up to that top tower. It's actually Sven who's TPing up that top tower, and Visage, and Gyrocopter, and up there as well is the Saguchiing Weaver. And look at this, who's in trouble? It is, oh gosh, it's actually could be Jakiro.
Ooh,
and
yeah.
Juggernaut, because this Magnus is invis, does have the reverse polarity up, and the entire Radiant team is closing in for the kill. Magnus looking to set up, and there's the reverse polarity, folks. Shockwave, telekinesis, oh, cast it. Nice play there by Rubik. Ice Path as well, definitely saving Juggernaut to the frustration of Gotem. Looked like they had a for sure kill in the bag, but Juggernaut was saved. Yeah, too early, too soon. But really, what really saved him was a nice play. We talked about the quick reaction time in the previous match by this Rubik with the spell steals, but he was quick to get that telekinesis off and really saving Juggernaut for the time being.
In the meantime, seizing this opportunity in mid, we have the Beastmaster, who, as top tower is going down against all or 4 of the Radiant heroes. Beastmaster was trying to whittle down whatever he could on the mid tower for the Radiant. However, that's not going to spell anything for them, anything substantial, whereas Radiant did take the top tower. So we're seeing a lopsided kind of advantage here for GOTM. And I think it's starting to spell into it. So we check it and just see what gold graphs are doing.
No.
Oh.
Quickly, we'll look at the XP graph.
Oh, it's nothing.
It's pretty even Steven, I think. 1,000 experience benefiting the Radiant side, and also gold actually a little bit more of a substantial push right now for the Radiants, just sitting about 4,300 gold, and I think it's because of that structural advantage. As we saw, it really PSM is suffering from their own strategy is in their face, because the last game that we saw with PSM, they had such a strong position for structures, and now it's actually Gotem who's taken the advantage for structures. So far, it seems to be the Radiants really holding it.
They are. I think they're pressing the advantage right at the right times. I mean, they took that bottom tower and then really quickly transitioned to take the top tower, and that was before even that tri lane at top, which just kind of sit and did nothing. It was a very ineffective tri lane top. It's cost them 2 towers now, and they're in a difficult place to recover, I'd say. Their long game potential, the PSM's long game potential, severely stunted, and we will need to see some effective team fights. But I don't believe that they're set up for a team fight yet.
Yeah, it's really in terms of farm too. You know, we're just looking at last hits right now. 2 of the Radiance players up in the very, very top there with 56 now for Sven, 54 for Magnus, and really the longer this game goes on, once Chicken MC is most likely going to be going for that BKB, he's going to be in big trouble. And there we go, Sven casting that War Cry. And they're looking to take down. Sven gets a very nice Storm Hammer on that Jakiro, and it looks like it's going to be the end for him. Homing Missile is going to be going down to finish him off. Sven saying, no, I want that kill. But it's actually Weaver getting a little bit maybe of a KS in there. I don't know. If you're both carries, you both gotta be rooting for each other, I guess, because both really do need that farm. Nice smoke right there to follow up. And there's a Skewer totally missing its mark by the Magnus. But no worry, Sven in there with that Stormhammer once again. and it's the Chef Dota, who's on a killing spree. 3 kills now for the Visage, and really the XP, I'm sure, is starting to tilt even more so in favor. Yeah, 3,000.
Yeah, now it's becoming a little bit more considerable, and I think, although we may not see a result in the graphs just yet, we are seeing the potential for a result in terms of graphs, in terms of what our heroes are starting to look like. Mid is, we're seeing considerable assault against that mid tower. The tier 1 is gonna, there it goes, it is out of there. There's just this cluster of destruction that's traveling with this, these heroes, and it's very, very difficult for Dire to. Now they are gonna try and shut this down. There was the ice path, there was the axes flying around for Beastmaster there. Radiant's going to decide that they're going to spin around and choose kind of a better vantage point. They want to command this fight. They want it to be on their terms. So although the tower is being defended, tier 2 tower is being defended by the Dire, we need to see what's going to happen. We need to see some effective use of space, I think.
Definitely, it's one thing I'm just looking at right now in terms of last hits. It's not as favorable for Lone Druid as it was in the previous game. And right now we do see a smoke gank set up, and it looks like PSM wants to make a move. They want to make something happen. When you're down 7-2, this is the time. This is when you want to make it happen. And there we go. Who's going to get in there first? There's the Primal Ward by Beastmaster and the Axis to follow. Nice follow up the ice path. Called down by Gyrocopter, though, not to be undone. There's the RP. All sorts of trouble right now. Lone Druid, Beastmaster, Rubik all going down in that fight. And also Juggernaut. Looks like be a team wipe right now for PSM. Oh my gosh. And look at this poor Jakiro just slowly fighting, flying away. And now that top tier 2 tower is totally up for grabs. And it's just unbelievable. You can you believe what you see with what's happening here?
It seems as though, I mean, when you've got, let's look at our levels here. When you've got, that's not levels, give me levels. When you've got 2 of the Dire heroes who aren't even on a level 6, they don't even have their ultis. That is really, really a large disadvantage when it comes to team fights. That macro pyre would have been very, very helpful in the last fight, but nowhere to be seen. So it shuts down the potential for the Dire to kind of do their thing and show what the team is capable of. What each member of the team could be capable of. Because when you've got a Beastmaster, he's the highest ranking member on the team, but he's the only one that's cracked double digits. Dougie is 2 behind him. I mean, that's really, really, you're not going to get anything out of that.
No, it doesn't look like you're going to get anything
in a team fight.
Yeah, definitely for sure. I'm just seeing right now, Juggernaut is sitting at 50 last hits. 3 of the Radiants are in the middle right now. The Magnus does have that DD. Also a regen rune too. He's doing pretty well right now with those the runes, top and bottom areas. And all systems go right now if you are on Gotem's side. 11-3 is the score. 15 minutes into the match, we do see a significant lead right now for the Radiant side, and Juggernaut doing the best that he can, not to be outdone from his previous match. You know, we were talking about a slight disadvantage in terms of farm, so he does have a little bit better of a position for farming this game that we didn't see in the previous game, but it's actually a little bit of a flip-flop because this time Lone Druid has been a little bit slacking on the farm just because of the amazing potential that that tri-lane had and the bottom lane there for the Radiant side with that Sven, Gyrocopter, and Visage playing a really strong game against the Druid. But right now, meanwhile, we're seeing these Ancients going down, being traded between Beastmaster and Lone Druid, both trying to get the gold, both trying to get the experience, and trying to catch up in this fight, in this match, because right now, the Radiant is starting to run away with it. And right now, we do see Magnus, Visage, Gyrocopter in the woods, looking to pick off somebody. They do have Juggernaut in their sights, but Juggernaut backing off right now for the moment with those phase boots. But look at this on the bottom right now. Weaver's in a little bit of trouble. There's the ice path casted by Jakiro. There we go. Beastmaster, Rubik, the entire Radiant team. Primal War on the Weaver, and he just melts away. Jakiro getting a nice kill right there. A much needed kill for PSM. Gets them back onto the match, and it's not over yet, but really strong transition. That tower, even though they did get a kill, could cost them a mid-tier 2 tower. Glyph Fortification being casted by the Dire, and once again, we see PSM just reinforcing what towers they have left. They still have all their tier 2 towers left, but Trevor, when you see this kind of this pressure right now by Gotem, they have the scent of something big happening here. Jakiro casting that ice pack, and that tower, it looks like it's going to be going down, possibly getting a last hit. Homing missile is going to be going in on Jakiro, stunning him for a couple of moments, but really the damage has been done. That's Sven getting another tower and has the Armlet of Mortigan in his inventory.
This is, look at, oh my goodness. This is clearly one-sided, and I think that, again, we get into the situation where we're saying, what can the other team do to try and shut it down? They need to turtle. They need to turtle really, really hard. But the team fights are so powerful. We've got a Magnus who has all his abilities raring to go for the next team fight, plus the Blink Dagger. So he will be able to initiate this team fight super effectively. The follow-up stun by the stone hammer by the Sven. Crazy damage, crazy stuns. Gyro comes in there with a couple of missiles and his barrages, and I think we're about to see this action happen right now at our tier 2 top.
Yeah, it looks like that Gotem has that top tower in their sight. They just picked off that mid-tier 2 tower, so now it looks like they're transitioning into that top area. PSM not to be undone, though. They are going to put up a defense. There are the familiars. Could possibly pick off one with that stun, but look, they're just focusing. The damage is being done. There's the ice pack being casted by Jakiro, though. Gives a little bit of a brief stun, but it's not going to be enough. Sven getting another 500 gold, and look at that Spear Bear taking so much damage, and really all systems go. Look at the counter warding, too. The Radiant is doing a pretty good job. And I bet now, if anything, they are going to be transitioning now into that bottom tier 2 tower.
Why not?
And really clear structural advantage for the Radiant side right now. And we can just have a quick look. Trevor, what do you see when it comes to the experience?
I see 6,000 experience and advantage of the Radiant. And in terms of gold, we're looking at over 12,000, Devo. They're the richest buggers of them all.
So
okay,
rich.
They could buy the world if they wanted it. So this is and let's see, our most valuable heroes are the Sven, are the Weaver. Those are our carries. Magnus is in there as well. These are rich people that you don't want to be rich people.
So, we're talking about the wealth of the carries. It looks like that Sven is going to be going for that BKB next. And really not too much further to go. He only needs about another 300 gold before he can make it happen. And he's going to be taking the time right now to farm up the neutral camp area. And yes, he is going to be getting that BKB. Yep. Meanwhile, though, Smoke gank in the works right now. Jakiro, Juggernaut, Rubik, Lone Druid, everybody's there. Everybody wants it. There's a ping, though. They do know something's up. Gyrocopter is there as well. The familiars go in there. Quick stun. There is the little bugs there by Weaver, just thwarting that smoke attack just for now. And right now that forces the Dire to push back just for the time being. Rubik is still smoked up for the time being, as well as Juggernaut does have that Omni Slash ready on Drums of Endurance as well, but really the position has been found, and I think thanks to those familiars, that really that was exposing for PSM.
It was. It shut down that potential for a smoke bank. It's more money that they don't have being dissolved into the mist. They're switching mid to try and farm up as much as they can. Meanwhile, there's a deadly push coming up the bottom lane to try and claim that last tower. No structures taken by the Dire yet in our game.
Single one yet by the Dire, and that's going to be...
There's where our money comes from, right?
Definitely, that's where it's going to be coming from. We were talking about the lack of farm for Lone Druid, but even Juggernaut, really, with only the Drums of Endurance, it's very difficult to see, like how much aggression can you really have now, considering the fact that this Gyrocopter, he has the Drum of Endurance, but I'm really looking at this Weaver. Does have a Perseverance. It looks like he does have enough money for that Ultimate Orb Smoke Gank right now by the Radiant side, and they are looking to pick off somebody. Rubik does catch vision of them. Swarm being casted there by Weaver, and taking down one of the Beastmaster, and looks as though that Gotem is going to be pushing for that bottom tier 2
dear,
tower.
oh dear,
Homing
oh
missile,
dear.
storm hammer, call down, reverse polarity, all sorts of trouble right now. Lone Druid being taken down, as well as Jakiro. Bleed Fury going in there, Juggernaut doing what he can. They do manage to get a kill on Weaver. Beastmaster just trying to get away, but the Soul Suction could possibly finish him off. And there is a double kill for Sven. And now Magnus just getting out of there, blinking out of there is Magnus. And Sven just hitting his ult right now, the God Strength. And now they want that tower. Pretty much another team wipe for PSN. This spells for some big trouble. 21 minutes into the match. 15-7 is the score. Sven, however, was just killed by the Dire. A little bit of a questionable position. I think the tower...
No, I think... double click on him. Where did he die? I think it was a failed armlet trick.
Oh, no.
Oh no, indeed. I was watching his health, bam, 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 bouncing like a yo-yo, and all of a sudden it didn't come back up again.
So, as a result of failed armlet tricks, that means a timeout for you and the pool, and Sven won't be back up for another 20 seconds, but still, the damage has been done. Gotem does successfully get another team fight that went their way over PSM, and another bottom tower, and really nothing left but tier 3 towers and Raxes.
Yep, and still not a single structure destroyed for the Dire in their favor. Oh my goodness gracious. What's the goal at now, Devo?
I'm just looking at the gold graphs right now. 15,000 advantage for the Radiant side, and the Dire really lacking for gold and experience. A clear 10,000 XP advantage for the Radiant. So Gotem is in a position right now to put their hands around the throats of PSM and finishing them off. And really, Sven, we talked about it a moment ago, getting that BKB. There it is, the BK Bizzle. It's in the inventory. And also a recipe for the crit stick. Chrysalis. And he most likely is going to be transferring that into a wonderful data list. And right now, because of all the damage, all the goodies that they have in their inventories, Sven and friends are going to be taking down this Roshan.
Absolutely, why wouldn't they? But we do see that there's a little bit of a harass coming to try and shut down. The familiars see it. The familiars see everything. They've got vision everywhere. It's such a tragedy if you're a Dire enthusiast. We've got an ult going off here on the Lone Druid. He is going to try and fly in there and do as much damage as he can. The Roche has broken off for the moment, but the familiars, they see everything.
Yeah, the familiars see everything, and I think that's like been a real advantage in terms of having that map awareness. You think that's having the Visage, Beastmaster is there, has his own vision that he provides for PSM, but really the familiars have been flying all over the place. Talking about flying all over the place, could be heroes. Sven in there with a BKB. Look at this, smack, smack. Oh, but a Beastmaster is going to be getting away. Called down, but called by Gyrocopter. Blade Fury right there by Juggernaut. Macropyre being casted by Jakiro. Only person to go down in this fight so far has been Lone Druid. But hold on a second. Poor Rubik. Is he going to be taken down? And yes, he's gone. That's 2 kills. More for Gotem. And now it's oh man, that armlet trick, poor Sven, losing quite a bit of health right there. But he has not died this time. Still alive. And I think now
Roshan.
I think we should Roshan, and that is exactly what Gotem's going to be doing. They're going to be moving in there to finish off the Roche. Nice little team fight that went in for the way for Gotem. PSM with only 7 kills, 24 minutes into this match. This Roshan is going to be going down. Most likely the Aegis will be awarded to the Sven, I'm pretty sure. Just looking at the inventory right now, Weaver is pretty close to him. He is going in on that Lincoln Spirit, which is going to make him very, very difficult to kill. And of course, as we just said a moment ago, there is Sven with the Aegis and 1,600 gold in his bank.
And why not? He's going to TP top so that he can score a lot of this, lot more gold. And he is running around. That armlet is such a handy trick, eh? Look at that. Health is just pew, 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 pew.
It's very nice when you can pull it off. One of the skilled items in the game for a player who knows how to use it. We've seen the armlet trick done a number of times, and Chicken MC has been playing it pretty well.
He's working on his lifesteal.
Looks like the Helm of
Dominator.
Maybe Mask of Madness.
Mask of Madness.
Mask of Madness, I could see happening for him. And he's got his crit stick. The Chrysalis is there. I thought, maybe for a moment he might be transferring that into a Daedalus, but it looks like he does want that extra speed for the smackety smack that he has.
Yeah, smackety smack is brutal. After a smackety smack, you don't come back. You like that?
Let's see right now.
Look at that
PSF,
bunching.
Can they come back? That's the question.
They're gonna bunch. They're gonna try.
It's a turtle right now, and really, the most that they can hope for is, you know, a good engagement by one of their towers. And really, it's up to Gotem right now to decide, okay, guys, we have them. We have all the tier 2 towers down. Our Sven is in great position right now to do a crap ton of damage. And, of course, Magnus right there with that RP ready to go. And, oh, dear. Look at this poor soul who's up here. Juggernaut.
Oh, Juggy, what are you doing?
There's the Soul Assumption casted as well. Juggernaut having no choice but to hit that Blade Fury, but reverse polarity skewer. Oh my god, Sven with a double kill, possibly going in for a triple kill, does hit it. And there's the BKB, and I don't know, yes, GBG has been called, PSM has conceded defeat. 27 is the final, 22-7 is the final score. 26 minutes into the match, you're going to be seeing GOTM advancing into the final. Oh, sorry. We have 2 more matches, 2 potential more matches. This is the best 2 out of 3. The first match is going to GOTM. And really, after this match, you gotta think, okay, if you're PSM, we gotta go back to the drawing board.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw them. They took out our defending champions, and then they themselves were taken out. So there's a lot going on here. A lot of high-level plays, but I think shoutouts need to go to a Magnus that was able to jump in there and isolate those heroes with a really effective reverse polarity. That's exactly what you're afraid of when it comes to a Magnus. So, and then the Sven, just so beefy, so bulky, so killing everything. Wowzers. I predict next match we see a ban on Sven.
I wouldn't be surprised in the least if Sven is banned. And right now, I